Okay, we're back. Humankind. This is the fourth session of Humankind, 2 or 3 days after release date. On the release date, which was the 17th, I guess 2 days ago, I downloaded the game. Actually, I downloaded it the night before, fired it up, and started a run. This is my tutorial, so I'm skipping the tutorial. I'm coming right in and playing the game and seeing what's going on. You can see I'll show you a couple of huge errors that I made so far. You're looking at one of them right now. You can't tell what the error is, but it's there. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing. And as we play through, I've got some thoughts on what I've done so far and what I'm going to do in the future. So let's see. Turn 27. I've got an idle city. My city is called Patrickville. I took advantage of the rename function. I've got no construction in progress. So I've got a pretty decent city here because I attached a bunch of the outposts. It's just seemed obvious that attaching those outposts was the way to go. I'm not sure if that was the case, but when I didn't have these outposts attached, I had nothing. I had no extra people here. So the problem I see right here is my food is negative. So what I'm going to do is go in and look at problems and see if I can fix them. So I think I've got 2 on science. You know, I'd like to have science, but I do need to get more food. Okay, now I've got -7. So I'm going to have to give up at least one more of these dudes here, which I think come from my attached outposts or the city itself. Losing 1 population every 8. So when this was over here, I was losing 1 population every 5. Yikes. So 13 to 7. I picked up 6. So the next guy should also pick up 6. That's each population allocated produces 6. Okay, 6, 6, 6 money, 6 industries, 6 science. So for right now, I'm not really using the money for anything that I can think of. That's probably something that I'm doing wrong. I'm going to move this guy over there. So now I'm losing 1 food per turn. I'm getting 36 industrial points per turn, 5 money, and 19 science. So 19. So my base science should be 13. Let me just pump this guy out of here. Yeah, so that's 13. And my base money is 5. My base industry is 30, it looks like. So I think proportion-wise, if I moved my industry and science over, I'd still have some pretty big industry and science, and I would have positive food. So 30 industry, yeah, it'd be nice if it were 6 higher. 13 science, yeah, it'd be nice if it were 6 higher. But I need 5 guys building food just so I can not have population loss. And the reason for that is my big error in when I settled the city was I thought they told me that, hey, you've got this unique building, the Confusion School, and that will get positives if you're next to mountains. So I picked a city spot that was right next to 2 mountains and thought I was doing pretty good. Then I learned later on that the actual Confucian School goes outside the city. It's a district outside the city. I kind of knew that. I kind of screwed up. And also when I was settling this outpost / city, I don't remember any hints about where would be a good place to put the city, but you can see that this is not a super good place to put a city because it's mostly industry. In fact, you can see that from the city itself. It's mostly industry and not as much farming. So my other choice was over here where there's nothing, or there is nothing. And then my other choice, I think I was for the city. I think I was looking someplace around here where there were absolutely no farms, no grain use. So I at least picked one that had some grain use. So I'm doing the best with what I can. So that's my deal. They said an idle city. So I'm still idle. Now I've got It's going to take me 3 turns to build some of these things. What am I going to build? I'm probably going to build another farmer's quarter. I think I've got I've got a farmer's quarter here. It's a little bit tough to see, but there it is. And that farmer's quarter is giving me 2 food, if I understand this correctly. And there's no particular reason to think I am understanding it correctly, but I can get another Confucian school, which I don't want because I have a Confucian school. It's given me stability. I don't need stability, but if you look at my Humankind today's plan for today, my thought was just, hey, I'm going to build the unique district. Presumably, the game set it up, so that's super helpful. Not really helpful for me in this particular era, but maybe it'll be helpful later. So I don't want another district. I don't want another Confucian school. Farmer's quarter would be nice. It'd be nice to increase the industry, but I definitely don't need that. Increase my garrison, increase my defense. I'm kind of at the idea that, hey, if your main city's being taken over, you're losing the game anyway. So artisan's quarter. So this gives me money, 3 money. And this gives me 3 science, the horse ranch. And this gives me 3 science. So I'm really desperate for food. I can't afford to spend the entire game with 5 guys in here. Probably should just blow up this city, and I probably should restart the game. But I don't think you can move the city. I saw somewhere you could move outposts, but I don't know. Pottery workshop. What's going on here? Did I build the pottery workshop? Okay. Oh, yeah, I must have. I just finished the pottery workshop, and that gives me +4 influence. So I'm getting 19 influence per quarter, per turn. 4 of that is from that pottery workshop. So I'm making all these nice pottery that I can bury, and people will find 2,000 years later and think I'm a cool dude. So I'm going to try another farmer's quarter and see what I can get out of that. Okay, so now it's giving me recommended places to build a farmer's quarter, and here's... Okay, so as near as I can tell from the interface, this means there's 1 food. It's getting 1 food now. It's going to increase it to 3. I found that UI kind of confusing. I did spend a little bit of time in the last video, session 3, complaining about the UI. Not really complaining, but doing some highlighting some things that didn't make any sense to me. Now, I look at that. It looks to me like it's saying 1 is greater than 3, but I think what it means is 1 is going to turn into 3. And here it says, if I build here, 2 is going to turn into 3. So I'm going to make 2 more plus 1 more. I'm going to make 3 more from this district if I place it there. So let me look over here. Okay, I'll make 1 more. This I will... It's red, so I'm assuming it's bad. I'll lose an industry but gain a farm there. So this looks far and away the best. Oh, how about this? Jeez, I mean, there's a spot over here that's going to get me 2. So this, I think, is going to get me 4. So before I do anything, let me pop out of here, and I'm making 6 per turn as a base value. And my net is 5. So if I make 4 more, this should be 9, or once the district is done. Okay, here we go. Output is 5, 17 from exploitation, 10 from the food district, +2 from farmers' quarters, +30 from farmers. So 30 from farmers must be these guys here. Yeah, 5 at 6 apiece. That's 30. And the population is consuming 52. What's my population is 6. I'm looking over here, and it's the maximum is 18 for this guy here. So I'm kind of running into food shortages when I have when my city is a third full. So I'm going to have to focus on. So I think this will be 4 Again, sorry, this will increase by 4. Let me look at this. I've got 5 per turn. Hopefully this will turn into 9 per turn in 3 moves. 9 times 6 is not 52. So I'm not sure how much each population uses, how much food each population consumes, but I'll worry about that later. It's telling me what I need to know. I found a problem with the city. I think I've fixed it or alleviated the problem or stopped the bleeding for now. Gaining 1 population every 6. Okay, so I'm going to build the city. Wait, sorry. One last time. 5 per turn. It should turn into 9 because I should gain 4. 3. It should turn into 8. There we go. So I'm building a district, farmer's quarter, and it's going to. If I had 213 gold, I could buy it right now. In the meantime, it's going to cost me 90 industry to construct. I've got 30 industry per turn, so that will take me 3 turns. Okay, so all that makes sense. Okay, so I fixed that one problem there. Again, so what I did was start this Humankind 2 days ago without ever having played Humankind before, and I didn't play through the tutorial. So I'm kind of using this as the tutorial. I want to make as many, what I don't want to make, but I'm assuming I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes and come back and fix them later. Right now, I'm kind of at the point where I'm thinking, boy, I'd sure like to quit this and start over again. I'm not going to do that because I want to get all the mistakes in this playthrough and see what's going on. So one mistake I made was the city placement, I believe. And then the other mistake I made was... Okay, I'm scrolling all the way out. I got a war with the Hittites. Let me show you what's going on here. I found them. So if I click on this button, it'll take me into my Hittite. There we go. So their war support is 60. My war support is dwindling. So I think I'm losing 2 per turn because it's an unjust war. And 2 per turn because they're close by. But I just gained 8 because I won a battle. They've got 8 because they lost a battle. Looks like their default war support is 80. It looks like it's 50 plus 30. Good for them. So if I wanted to, I could surrender. They won't let me propose a white peace, so that's fine. Let's see. Okay, so it's letting me in the turn. I've fixed whatever the problem was with my city, or with the city not building something, because I had just finished the pottery barn, I guess. So I'm going to end the turn, move to 28, turn 28, and it's okay. So we're waiting for me to do something. I'll have to look and see if he's got any units waiting around for me. I think that looks like something. Those look like mounted scouts. Let me deal with them in a little bit. Wait a second. Yeah. So here are my 2 outposts. There's one here called Horna and one here called Titawan. And those are apparently feeding the main cities. And the main city is the only place I can build things. So I think if you attach these outposts to the city, then the industry and food from the outpost goes to the city where it can actually be used. I think that's what's going on. So right now, building the farmer's quarter. And I've got 133 gold. I've got one set of military forces, so that's this guy right here. These are both in my territory. Sorry. These are both in my territory, so they're gaining 20 health per turn. So it's at least one turn. 2 turns to get them both pretty much fired up. Let's see if I can see what's going on with this guy. He's 100%. So the longer I hold off, the more powerful I'm going to get relative. So normally I would just not do anything, but there's a possibility he's got some more units coming up. So if I was to attack him, he's going to run away. So I wanted to just attack him to get an idea of what the advantage was, but I guess I scared him away. So he's walked off into the fog of war. I don't know that hurt him any. My guys can still sit here. I'm going to stay in my territory so I can gain back some of my health. I've got 59. Well, that would take me 2 turns to get up to 99, and then 75. That would take me 1 turn to get up to 95. I created this where I've got a good warrior unit and then a archer unit with a range of 3. So when I get on the battlefield, hopefully I can have my warrior unit stand there and take the punishment, and then the archer will stand back and keep killing the guy. So I think I've got everything. Victory. So I increased my support, my war support by 15. Right there. That's good. Okay, 1 population moved from Patrickville to Mohenjo-Daro. That makes me sad. So I'm assuming that Mohenjo-Daro is a better place than my city. The unknown triggered a migration. So I'm going to assume that the unknown is a unknown civilization or empire. I guess they're called empires. So it wasn't the Hittites that took that population. It was somebody else. So I'm going to scroll all the way out. Oh, hello. Hello. So I didn't notice there's a population over here, or there's an empire over here that I can just barely see. And apparently that was attractive enough, or my city in Patrickville was blah enough that one of my populations ran over to this guy here. So I don't know how this game works on land units. If you can get across these straits here, it looks to me like this is a coastline. Okay, so at the very least I'm going to want to create a scout unit and get that scout unit over here looking around at this unknown guy. So scrolling all the way out. There are 3 other civilizations, 4 in total. I think there are 3 continents and then an unknown continent. So I believe there are 4 continents. So this continent has 2 empires on it. It looks like there's another continent over here called, with that unknown guy. The dark green here looks like it's my territory, but at water. So I don't know if I can get across there with a scouting unit. Guess I'll find out. And maybe something exciting could happen here. So, got it. 1 idle army. I want that guy to be idle. I do at some point want to build a scout unit. That's going to cost me a population. Okay, these guys all cost me a population. The scout takes 1 turn to build, and the others take 2 turns to build. And they all have 4 movement. So I don't have access to copper or horses. I'm not sure how I get access. I think it means those things exist in your territory. Oh, here's an unknown strategic resource. I need to send somebody out to look at these unknown strategic resources. I'm scrolling out again in my territory. So I do have silver. Unknown. Okay, so all these unknowns. So I do need a scout to go out and check out these. Wait, here I've got horses. So why can I... Okay, adds a horse ranch to the construction queue of Patrickville. Once the extractor is built, the resource will be available to your unit. Okay, so I could build a horse ranch. Is that an infrastructure? Let's see. Animal barns, granary, flood irrigation. Okay, so it looks like the only way I can build this horse ranch is to click on this arrow here. And that would allow me to build these scout riders, which I don't think I need. But it would also allow me to build animal barns. That's an infrastructure. Infrastructure must go inside the city center itself. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Okay, my food consumption is negative 43 instead of negative 52. Okay, let's keep going. I don't want to overthink this. So at some point I need a new unit. I was thinking of just buying a... Where's my scout unit? I was thinking of just getting a scout unit, but the warrior unit is not that much... I mean, it takes an extra turn, but I think it'd be nice to have a warrior unit out there roaming around, trying to figure out what's going on. They both have the same movement range. I'll probably build a warrior unit next. Let me click on him and see if that adds him to the queue. Okay, so it looks like I'm building a farmer's quarter. This must be my queue here. Okay. So I've got an idle army, so I need to go to that army. Oh. So for some reason it's giving me a choice here for hundreds of years. Okay, so the developers of this game definitely favor cremation over burials. Okay, here we go. So my point on playing this as a tutorial was to, my pre-thought was for any civics, which is this thing right here, to try to figure out how to just stay in the middle. Not because I think the middle is the best or the edges are not good, but just because that's just a way to make the choices easier to make. So I can pop up, make a decision, and move on. Let's see. So if I go here, I move a little bit towards the light bulb. Oh, okay. So they always say that. Okay, and here I move one away to tradition. So I'm pretty sure the developers like the light bulb thing here. So let's see what the options are. Religious traditions must be upheld. Okay, so there's no, in terms of my desire. Oh, actually, I take that back. So I had one other choice. If you look at whatever the tradition is between world and looks like a fort with a flag. Damn it. So I'd already moved one to the left on that. So on this one here, I'm going to move one to the right to keep everything in balance in total. So I'll just check and see what it does. All citizens will be cremated to ensure healthy citizens. Quartermastered on... what that means. Soldiers assist the farming community, so I get more food for 5 turns, more land, and more naval units. This gives me more industry and less stability. I got to tell you, you don't see how upholding religious traditions decreases stability. Whatever. I'm going with cremate. I'm going to confirm that. And again, not because I think it's a better solution for me, or because I think it's a better solution for society, or because I think it's a better choice in this particular game. I'm choosing cremate because that keeps my social axis, or all these axes, in the middle. Here we go. So I think my Patrickville. Yeah, so I get, you can see I have plus 10 food from quartermastered. Presumably that's going to last, I think they said that was going to last for 5 turns. If I go to industry, if I'd picked the other one, I think I would have gotten forced labor, gotten a bump from forced labor here. So I think I kind of have an idea of what's going on in this game, a little bit more than I did in my last turn. So I've already spent 26 minutes, and I've done 1 turn. So let me pop another turn. What are we saying here? Okay, so that guy, I want him to skip the turn so that he can get better. Okay, so now fishing is researched. A net. So now I can build a fishery if I want, or a harbor. Well, that might be kind of interesting. So harbor gives me money, and fishing gives me food on a harbor. Okay, I've got an era star, so now I've got 5 era stars out of 7. Again, normally, if I was playing a game to win, I would go ahead and try to get as many era stars as I could before I move to the next era. Particularly in this game, there's 4 empires in total. I think there are 10 civilizations 10 cultures you can pick from. So I think the worst case is if I stick around in the ancient era, 3 of the other cultures are taken, and I could pick from 7. I don't know if there are any other downsides to hanging around in the ancient era, but in any case, I want to pop over to see the next era, which is the classical era. So I won't even look at those right now. Now, if I look at this, here I get my society page. And you can see I'm trying to keep in the middle on all this. So the next homeland versus world, I'll pick world and try to get this a little bit closer to the world. And the next tradition versus progress. Okay, I think we know which way the developers of this game feel about that. Feel about tradition. I will move a little bit more towards tradition, just to trying to keep these in the middle. Again, not because I think that's good or bad outside the game, and not because I think it's good or bad inside the game, just because it gives me an easy way to decide what's going on here. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so these guys are at 79, so I'm going to wait 1 more turn on these guys. Let me go in here and just say you're going to wait this turn. The farmer's quarter is going to be done, and then I'm going to start working on these warriors. So I've got 18 food. It looks like my population is 5. It used to be 6. That one guy ran away. 18 food. Let's see. Each one of these guys makes 6. So right now I'm in pretty good shape. I probably would not. Let's see. 5. Sorry to keep bumping around here. Where does it say? Okay, I'll get 1 population every 2 turns. That's a little high, but all right. Evarcum 20. Hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. What I'm doing here is I'm going through Humankind. I downloaded it the day before the release, and had my initial stream on the release day, and on that stream I opened up Humankind for the first time. I've never seen it before, so it took like 5 or 10 minutes or about 5 or 6 minutes to crank through all the opening screens. Started a game, You can see if you look over at today's plan for today, what I'm doing is trying to offload all of the thought processes to this very simple AI here, so that I can plow through the game and see what's going on. I made it through the Neolithic era. Now I'm in the Ancient era. I need 7 stars. I need 7 stars. I've got 5. So we will see what's going on there. Okay, so let me keep going here. I've got my... I think I'm done with everything, right? I have researchers are currently idle. So what the hell does that mean? Oh, my researchers. Okay, so I'm clicking the number 3, which is the research. And my idea for research in terms of tech was just pick the cheapest. The cheapest one available is masonry. I'm kind of interested in this sailing. It looks like I'd have to build a pentoconter. But I'll worry about that later. I'm gonna work on masonry. See how that's going. And now it lets me end my turn. So clicking away. I've got a notification. What is that notification? The Hittites now feel differently about you. Let's go check out the Hittites.
You have a nerve showing your face.
So their war support is down. And my war support is also down. But if I can win some battles, like if I win a battle every other turn, which I can't, I can kind of maintain this war support. They won't let me white peace. They will let me... Okay. Grievances. So I don't know. I don't have any grievances, so that's just the way it is. They're now aggressive. Okay, that doesn't sound good. I mean, that doesn't sound good if I wanted to make peace, which I'm thinking maybe I don't. Maybe I should just wipe these guys off. Speaking of which, I've got this guy. Now he's on a river, so he can go here. But I'm going to go very slowly into his territory. He doesn't like it, he can do something about it.
Let's go.
Okay, so I'm seeing no units, and this is his capital city. I can't see that capital city from this cliff here. I don't know why I would be able to see it from here. Oh, there we go. So here is a mounted scout. And, ooh. Yeah, here's a mounted scout. So I'm going to try to attack that mounted scout. I don't know if that's his only unit or not. Maybe he's leading me into a trap, but I don't care. Now, getting off this river might take some going. I don't think you're allowed to go down these cliffs, which I think is a 2 elevation range change. So I'd have to follow this river and then go down this 1 elevation range hill and then attack him. But we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. So I moved that guy. He can't move anymore. I don't particularly want to clear the forest. I'm going to stop him. Urgent affairs require your attention. I'm not sure what urgent affairs are. Oh. Okay, by what right do we rule? A new civic. So if I go to here... show details. Oh, here we go. This is cool. Natural right or divine mandate. So I'm already 1 turn over on the progress. So if I go 2 turns over, I get outside my range here. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up on this this stability part here. I'm sorry, this tradition part here, just so I can stay inside this area. So I think I mentioned a couple turns ago that if I was on whatever the heck this is, I would head towards the world. And if I had a decision to make on this axis here, I'd head towards tradition. So I'm going to do tradition. In both cases, I get 5 stars. And our supremacy is ordained, for we are the chosen ones. It sounds an ancient era.
It seems so. If the gods hadn't chosen us, somebody else would be standing here.
That's both true and a tautology. So I picked, wait. Oh, so I picked Divine Mandate. And then later on, it's going to ask me some other stuff. Not exactly sure what I'm doing here. Okay, this looks like the first civics ever. So I go here, I click on this, I get back to here, this a summary, and I go to show civics. There we go. So I like this summary here. I just, like I said, I want to keep right in the middle here for no particular reason. I've got one inactable civic, which was this divine mandate, and it looks like the next civic is going to be legitimacy. I think my legitimacy in the ancient era is the fact that I have guys who like me and they have swords. So, suck it up, dude. Okay, so I am ending turn 30, trying to buzz through this. What's going on here? Oh. Okay, so the big thing I have to worry about is my roving attack band that's inside the Hittite Empire. I saw some scouts down here on this second range here, but I don't know where they are now. They're not right next to there because I can see those areas. So they may have gone closer to their city. I'm going to follow this river.
Let's go.
Okay, so there's nobody in his city. According to this, I could attack his city. I've got 38, and he's 38 attack, and he's got 26. That sounds good. That sounds really good. So I'll head down here. I want to go one at a time just to make sure I don't accidentally run into his.
Come over here.
I don't know where his mounted scouts are. So I've got 0 left. I'm going to attack. I'm defending my flag. I could retreat, run the battle manually, or instantly resolve. I've victorized him. And what did I get? What did I get? I got 20 gold. Okay. It's kind of anticlimactic. I lost 75% of my health. He lost 2 units, and I lost 1 unit. That's not good. Let's see. So he lost 2 melee units, and I lost my archer unit. So I think next turn maybe I can walk in there and steal all his stuff or something. I guess I'll find out. I'm not familiar with the battle system, particularly in terms of sieges. Uh-oh. 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 He's got a 40 strength unit over there. I think I probably should skedaddle. So who's in here? Ooh, 2 warriors. Okay, so his mounted scouts went away. So I want to get back to my land as soon as I can so I can regenerate, because my one guy is back to 48. Oh, so he does get 20 health regeneration even though I'm in the other Empire's territory. I guess I'm supplied for some reason. So who knows what's going on. I will call these guys the Happy Killers. Right. The Happy Killers. Let's see what happened here. The Hittites discovered the stunning Tongass forest. if that's this, that's pretty cool. Oh, he's got another city. Okay, so I think I'm going to lose the war against the Hittites. I won the siege. My war support increased by 8, but I lost a unit, and my other unit is at half strength, so I'm going to have to run away. I think. Strategically, the option is to run away. I've got an idle city, so that means I created my food district, which is right here. So this food is now making, this district is now making 3. This one is now making 3. I think this used to be 0, and this used to be 2. So I think or maybe this used to be 1, and now it's 2. Let's see if it says. Anyway, 21 food per turn is a lot of food per turn, so I'm going to take some people and move them over to... I'm not doing anything with money, so maybe I should put some effort into science. Okay, 1 population every 3, so my population is 5. I do need to get that guy back, the population back, the guys that left. Now I need to start building somebody. I had originally thought I would build a warrior. Oh, what's this? Spearmen. Oh, so now I can build scout riders? So somehow I got a horse out of the deal. Where did I get a horse? I don't know. Anyway, so this is okay, so the scout is 13 strength. The riders, the riders are 6. This is what I want, 16 strength. Okay, so that's why he bought riders. I will get a rider, maybe a couple, and then hopefully I can build some warriors before the Hittites come to kill me. Scout. Yeah, there we go. So now I've got an idle army. Wait, where's my idle army? Where's this guy? Oh, is that him right there? Okay. Okay, so I built... Right, this was the warrior that was in my queue that I built so that I could scout around. But I think I'm going to use this warrior to reinforce my dudes who looks like they ransacked Hattusa. Got 20 gold, which I don't need. So I probably should not have attacked Hattusa. So I think these guys... I can bring these guys as close as I can down here. Let's see. Yeah, so I want to stay in my area. Hopefully I can hook up these 2 armies here. Okay, so now I should masonry researched. Good. Good. So now, what did I wanted to look at sailing because I've got a empire across what looks like it's across the sea. So organized warfare is good. I'm right in the middle of a war. Okay, maybe. The wheel would be nice. It allows me to build a unique... I think this is my unique unit here. Horse-stored vehicles carrying a crew of 2. Oh, that looks nice. Oh, the upkeep is 3 on that guy. That's a killer. Okay, so if I have received the mandate of heaven... Put up for today. That was my 4th a whack at this thing. I'm going to take a look at a couple more YouTube videos and then see what's going on. Thanks everybody for playing.